$11,400. That's what this coin just sold for at a recent auction in August of 2025. And at first glance, you might be thinking, all right, it's a walking Liberty $half. Beautiful design, but why is it worth that much? The answer is simple. This one is an error unlike anything you're likely to see in your change. This is a San Francisco minted walking Liberty $half that was double struck. And not just any double strike. The second strike is almost 90% off center, which means Liberty looks like she's drifting, sliding, nearly falling off the canvas of the coin. It's dramatic, it's weird, and it's exactly the kind of thing collectors dream about. Now, if you're not familiar with what double struck means, normally when a coin is pressed, the dies hit the blank once and you get a clean centered design. But every so often that blank shifts and the dies come down a second time. The result is what we're looking at here. Liberty appears twice, parts of the design are overlapping, and the rest looks ghosted off the edge. It almost feels like a magic trick. Let's pause here and picture it up close. On the obverse, you've got Lady Liberty, flowing gown, outstretched hand, but then you notice the second strike off to the side, crooked, almost diagonal. It's like a second version of the coin peeking through, breaking the rules. Flip it to the reverse, and the effect is just as wild. The eagle is partly doubled, wings misaligned, body distorted. It doesn't look wrong in a subtle way. It looks bold, obvious, in your face. That's why collectors love errors like this. They're not tiny details you need a magnifying glass to see. They're big, dramatic, and instantly recognizable. Anyone can hold this coin and go, okay, that's not how it's supposed to look. And here's the kicker. This coin is graded AU53 by PCGS. So it actually saw a little circulation. Somebody at some point in the past might have used this exact $half to buy groceries without realizing they were holding a piece worth thousands. Think about that for a moment. How many hands passed this along before it ended up protected, slabbed, and recognized for the rarity it is? Now, walking Liberty halves are already beloved by collectors. They were minted from 1916 to 1947, and many consider them one of the most beautiful coin designs ever struck in the United States. So when you take a coin that's already desirable, already iconic, and you add an error this extreme, you get the perfect recipe for a collector showdown at auction. And just recently, that's exactly what happened. On August 26th, 2025, the hammer fell at $11,400. Not for gold, not for some ancient rarity, for a coin that technically should have been tossed aside at the mint as defective, but instead it slipped through, it survived, and decades later it became a star. That's what makes error coins so compelling. They're accidents, but the very fact that they exist against all odds is what gives them value. This walking Liberty $half isn't just a coin, it's a snapshot of a mistake frozen in metal. And now it's a reminder that sometimes imperfection is worth a fortune. So the next time you hear about a rare coin selling for big money, remember this one, the 1970S Walking Liberty, $half double struck, 90% off center. It just sold for $11,400 in 2025. And it proves one thing: beauty isn't always about perfection. Sometimes the mistakes are what make history.